Hello and welcome to this just short video on the portfolio assignment. So for our final week of the course, you're going to be spending a little bit of time putting together a short portfolio that references your work on the course. This is an assignment that I think people tend to get a little bit overly worried about. So the video is basically just to explain to you the very sort of fundamental requirements of this. There are two components to the portfolio. You have a cover letter and you have review materials. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly go through both of those. So first is the cover letter. The cover letter is going to be 1 to 2 pages long, technically 500 words long, but 1 to 2 pages that just gives an overview of your writing process and how it has changed during the semester. So basically, you're going to say, well, what was my writing process before I took Comp 1, before I took 1013? And then you can talk about how has it changed during the semester. And you might talk about how you got on with each of the assignments, the narrative, the report, the analysis, and the review, and discuss how your approach changed as a result. Now, it's only 1 to 2 pages, so you can't go into very much detail. And it is also kind of personal in the sense that it's just about you reflecting on what you did during the year. So there isn't a right or wrong way of doing it. You don't need to provide lots of evidence or do any research. It's basically a reflection exercise in which you think about, well, why is my writing process different now than it was at the start of the semester? So it's really not something that you should worry about or something that you should feel obliged to do lots of drafting and revision of. Get the page or two done and work away. Okay. That's the only new material that's required for this assignment is that cover letter. So 1 to 2 pages reflecting on how your writing process has changed. What's different about how you approach the writing process now versus how you did it before you started this course. The other part of the portfolio is your review materials. So all you're going to do is you're going to take all of the stages of preparing the last assignment we did, the review, and you're just going to put them all together in one document. So we've done an intro and outline plan. We've done a first draft, and we did a final version of the review. So you need to put those three things, if you have them, you need to put those three things into the portfolio. You might also want to put in things like if you have any draft materials, any rough work that you did. You might have done a reflection at the end of the workshop on the review. There's a few things that you might have done. And whatever material you have, you should put it into the document. But there's no required material here. This is just, the purpose of this is to demonstrate that you have a writing process. So again, you're not going to lose points because you don't have everything there. You're not going to lose points because you didn't do it exactly right or anything like that. It's not really assessing those things. I just want you to have a set of things that demonstrate that you have a writing process, okay? So the portfolio then will mean that you'll take your cover letter and your review materials and you put them all into one document. So beginning with the cover letter and then all the stuff that went into making your review essay, right? And you are going to take your name out of everything. I want the document to be anonymous, so it shouldn't mention your name anywhere in any of the material, okay? So just search for your name and just delete it wherever it shows up, okay? But put it all together in a single document and then submit that document to the submission folder, which is open on Canvas. The purpose of this assignment is to reflect on your progress as a writer, okay? To think about writing as a process. So all the way through the semester, we've been trying to emphasize the idea that we don't just do last minute writing assignments. We draft things, we revise them, we consult our peers, we try and get feedback from people to make it better, that our best work is unlikely to be the first thing we write. So this is just a chance to think about how much you've done to internalize that, okay? That idea of writing as a process, because that'll be particularly important when you're doing composition 2, 1023. 1013 is essentially just getting you used to utilizing effective writing processes. 1023, you'll be doing more advanced research, you'll be doing more interesting writing projects. But what we'll have done is laid the groundwork whereby you'll have a more solid writing process that helps you do the best work that you can. So I just wanted to have this brief video to very quickly explain you're only being asked to do 1 to 2 pages of new work, and that's the cover letter, and it really is just a reflection on how your writing process has evolved. The other stuff that goes into the portfolio is stuff that you've already done, basically all the things you did for the review essay, the intro and outline, the draft, any other rough work that you have that you think is interesting or important to understanding your writing process. Okay, so if you have any questions, as always, get in touch and email me, but this is definitely an assignment that you shouldn't be spending a huge amount of time on. It's due on Friday, the 8th of May, but if you want to get that out of the way earlier, I strongly encourage people to do so, and to feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions, but don't worry about this assignment. Okay, thanks very much and best of luck with it.